I don't believe that a bride has to be like wearing like 50 kilos of worth of like clothing and jewelry to stand out. So Karan, as far as my menswear goes, like Karan has been my first muse. I believe like very strongly in being original in whatever I do. And even though I would take inspiration from a lot of people, I would never copy anyone. The dress Shivani wore was worn by her and created by me before the H&M collection came out and before Kendall Jenner wore that dress and like posted it on Instagram. It was a couple of days before, in fact. But it was only pulled out like later and like the comparison was done later.
Celebrities love dressing up, but one designer they can't get enough of is Shehla Khan. She's dressed everybody from Kareena Kapoor, Sonam Kapoor, Tara Sutaria, Kiara Advani, and more. Her designs are fun, flirty, romantic, and glamorous. It's everything that fantasies are made of. Thank you for having us today, Shehla. Welcome to Pinkvilla.
Thank you for having me and all these kind words.
I want to talk about your designs. Like I already said, they're fun, flirty, and feminine. Does your design aesthetic come from your personal style? Is that how your personal style is as well?
So not entirely, but inherently I'm a very like I love white, I love black, I love pastels. So I think when I started, my first collection was like typically like my taste and like everything that, not that I would envision myself wearing, like think of myself wearing, that I would like envision like any one of my muses wearing. So in fact, like I shot the first collection I ever made, like I shot a big campaign with Sonam like before I opened my store and stuff like that. So I think that collection, like every piece in that collection was like it embodied like everything that I would like desire to put in like each garment. I used to not experiment with color a lot. I have now. Even though I'm not very much into bright colors, like I've started a lot of bold colors and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say like from being just pastels and like soft colors and like very delicate embroideries. I think over time the brand has grown to become like more universal in that sense.
But I want to know what makes the Shehla Khan bride different from every other bride out there, according to you.
I don't believe that a bride has to be like wearing like 50 kilos of worth of like clothing and jewelry to stand out. A lot of times like I find like brides are pressured by like, you know, like different like members of family, whether it's like their in-laws or like their own family, to kind of like just like wear like everything together.
Yeah.
I feel like it looks a little bit forced, but at the same time I'm a big fan of the whole like traditional Indian like bridal look. I think sustainability is a very important factor when it comes to couture, which is bridal wear. Bridal wear is couture, it's made to measure, it's custom made. So I think that it's very important for the bride to think about like I said, what she really wants, how she can keep this outfit forever, and like also reuse it, like not only like keep it in her closet forever, reuse it forever and ever, pass it on to her daughter. You know, it should become like a heritage piece, because it's the most special day of her life. So I think that's what I really believe.
I think it was at Lakme Fashion Week sometime when Karan Johar walked for you with Bhumi Pednekar
And Isabel, yeah.
and Isabel Kef, yeah. So the three of them walked, and I remember him telling the audience to convince you to come up with a men's section of clothing so you know he could wear your amazing creations. Is that ever going to happen?
So yes. So Karan, as far as my menswear goes, like Karan has been my first muse. Before Lakme, I have designed a couple of suits for him. After Lakme, I did plan to come up with a menswear line, but I think somewhere it just kind of time, and like I always have this fear because of creating like a collection for men, because like I mean I'm very confident about my aesthetic when it comes to men, but I'm not sure how the Indian man would perceive it. As far as Karan goes, like he's like family to me, and like I know his style and he knows what I can also cater. So it's a very good rapport that we have, as far as like me creating a design for him. But having said that, given the delay of over a year, I do plan to come up with a capsule menswear line, which you will see soon.
Do you think the fashion industry today is in need of watchdogs? Because I remember sometime back, you were featured on Diet Sabya's page for a dress that Shibani Dandekar was wearing. So, what are your thoughts
Uh,
and
so I think it's important for us to have like these sort of watchdogs, in the sense that I have always followed, like before Diet Sabya came out in India, there's Diet Prada, which is an international blog which like kind of covers the same thing. I think it's important because I believe like very strongly in being original in whatever I do. And even though I would take inspiration from a lot of people, I would never copy anyone. The fact is that the dress Shivani wore was worn by her and created by me before the H&M collection came out, and before Kendall Jenner wore that dress and like posted it on Instagram. It was a couple of days before, in fact. But it was only pulled out like later, and like the comparison was done later. But I didn't find it important to comment on it. I just thought that, okay, fine, like if somebody thinks that I copied someone, it's fine, but I'm just going to put my work out there, which is what I did. Shibani felt really strongly about it, and she commented on it on her social media, which is also fine, because like it was putting her in a bad light in that sense, that she's like kind of wearing a copy of someone else, which again I would never do, because I don't believe in that. But I didn't find it so important to react to such a thing, because I mean, I know that I did not copy anyone. So yeah.
all right? So very very few people know that you actually worked with Manish Malhotra for a bit before starting your own line.
It was just really exciting as a kid to work with him, because he's not only is he an amazing human being, he was very encouraging with us as far as like work went, because he was doing all these things, and like he had like divided his time like extensively. He would just give us the work, give us the creative leverage to like do what we wanted and approve it at the end, which gave us a lot of encouragement also to, you know, kind of hone our creativity. So I think that really helped me.
What would you say is one trend that will never go out of style?
A sari is the most elegant form of like Indian attire. Like personally, I I can spend a whole day in a sari, which I will not be able to do in a salwar suit.
Okay, and finally, before we sign off, I want to know if you have a Bollywood muse, or if you want to dress somebody in Bollywood that you haven't yet.
Rekha,
Really?
I find her very beautiful, and I have never been able to dress her. So even if I got to like put something on a Kanjivaram sari and like have her wear it, it would be a privilege for me.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Shehla.
Thank
And
you
I
so
hope someday you get to dress Rekha, and we can't wait to see a Kanjivaram sari by Shehla Khan.
Yes, signature.